There are moments when the world hushes around you, not in peace but in pause. You stand at the edge of the unknown, unsure if your next step will lead you forward or make you fall. Your chest tightens, your mind spirals, and you wonder if anyone can hear the ache echoing from within. You are not alone in this. Every soul has known the darkness that creeps in when purpose feels far. The silence can be deafening when you are waiting for an answer that never seems to come. Each sunrise feels the same. Each night stretches longer than the last, and hope becomes something you only whisper to yourself. Doubt knocks at the door, and sometimes you let it in just to feel something real. But even in that stillness, something divine is stirring just beneath your sorrow. You were not made to drift without reason, no matter how lost you feel right now. The path may be clouded, the destination blurred, but the journey you walk is not without design. There is a purpose being sown in the soil of your confusion, and God, yes, God, is the one holding the plow. You think you're waiting on Him, but in truth, He's waiting on you to open your heart. Your tears are not wasted. They water the seeds of strength you don't even know you have. Every sleepless night, every prayer that felt like it bounced off the ceiling, every time you asked, "Why me?" they are not forgotten. The universe listens. God listens. And just because the answer doesn't arrive wrapped in lightning doesn't mean it isn't coming. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. What looks like a delay is divine timing, molding you with careful, sacred hands. The world will rush you, push you, make you feel like you must have it all figured out. But God's plan does not obey the clock. His time is eternal, and when He moves, it's always right on time. There is power in not knowing, power in trusting when the lights have gone out, and all you have is faith like a flickering flame. You have survived days you thought would destroy you. That is no accident. That is grace. That is God saying, "I am not finished with you yet." The people who left were not part of your future. The doors that closed were not meant for you to enter. The opportunities that passed you by were never yours to begin with. It hurts, yes, but it's not the end. Rejection is often redirection and protection in disguise. God is not punishing you. He is preserving you. If you could see what He sees, you would understand why the path is winding, why the mountain is steep. Growth does not come in comfort. It comes when your knees hit the ground and you cry out for something more. And in that surrender, something holy awakens. That is where transformation begins. Let go of the need to control everything. You are not meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Give it to Him, the one who formed the stars and still knows your name. Let Him lift what you cannot. Let Him lead where you are too weary to walk. You think your life is off course, but it's only off the map you drew. God never promised a straight road. He promised a meaningful one. And while you may not recognize the terrain, trust that He is guiding every step. Even when it feels like you're walking blindfolded, He sees. You are not forgotten. Not a single moment of your pain escapes His notice. The tears you cry in the dark are cradled in His hands. The prayers you mumble through trembling lips are treasured like jewels. Your voice matters. Your existence matters. You were created with intention. Every storm you've weathered has made you wiser. Every heartbreak has made your love deeper. Every detour has brought you closer to yourself and to Him. Nothing is wasted, not your failures, not your fears, not your flaws. All of it is being shaped into a testimony that will one day bless someone else. Do not compare your chapter to someone else's highlight reel. What they show is not the whole story. Their light does not dim yours. Their blessings do not cancel yours. There is enough goodness, enough grace, enough purpose to go around. You have your own lane, and it is sacred. There are gifts inside you waiting to bloom, talents buried beneath years of fear, potential wrapped in layers of self-doubt. But God did not put those gifts in you to be hidden. He put them there to be awakened, nurtured, and shared. Your life is not small. Your purpose is not minor. You may feel invisible, but heaven sees you. You may feel inadequate, but you were made in the image of a limitless God. That divine fingerprint rests on you, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. His child, His creation, His masterpiece in progress. Do not rush the unfolding. Flowers do not bloom by force, and neither will your destiny. Let the seasons shape you. Let the quiet refine you. There is beauty in becoming, even when it is unseen. Sometimes God hides you to heal you, to prepare you for what's coming next. The valley is not your final destination. It is a chapter, not the whole book. There is joy ahead, even if you can't imagine it now. There is peace waiting to greet you. There are days coming when you will look back on this time and say, that was the moment everything changed. You are stronger than you know. You have carried burdens in silence that would break others out loud. And still, you rise, you show up, you breathe, you try. That, my friend, is courage. That is resilience. That is the mark of someone who will not be defeated by the darkness. Your dreams are not foolish. They are divine whispers calling you forward. Don't silence them just because others can't see the vision. What God placed in your heart, He intends to fulfill. Trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense. Faith means believing before you see. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is rest. Rest in His promise. Rest in His presence. Rest in knowing that you are not alone. Weariness does not mean weakness. It means you've been trying too hard on your own. Let go and let grace do what strength cannot. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel whole, and others you'll feel hollow. But each day you choose to move forward, even an inch, is a victory. Give yourself permission to grow slowly, to stumble, to not have it all figured out. Progress is progress, even when it's quiet. Listen, your story isn't over. This pain is not the period, it's the comma. The chapter is not closed. You are not too far gone, not too broken, not too late. You are exactly where you need to be for the next part of the plan to unfold. Trust that. Breathe that in. God doesn't need perfection. He needs your presence. He meets you in the mess, not after you've cleaned it up. He loves you in the chaos, not just in the calm. Come to Him as you are. You don't have to earn grace. It was never about being worthy. It was always about being willing. Let today be the day you stop running from yourself, the day you look in the mirror and see someone worth loving, worth saving, worth the time it takes to heal. Let today be the day you stop shrinking and start standing in the truth of who you are, a child of destiny. You don't need all the answers to move forward. Just take the next step. The light you seek will meet you on the road. God's plan is not something you unlock once you've done everything right. It's something that unfolds as you walk in faith, one trembling step at a time. When fear grips you, remember who walks beside you. When shame haunts you, remember who has already forgiven you. When despair clouds your mind, remember who speaks peace to storms. The same power that raised mountains stands within you. You are never truly alone. Let go of what was, and open your arms to what is becoming. You are being remade, rewritten, reborn. And though the process is painful, the promise is powerful. There is glory on the other side of this grief. There is light pouring through the cracks. There is hope rising from the dust. If you have been looking for a sign, this is it. You are seen. You are loved. You are chosen for more than survival. You are meant to thrive. It's not too late to believe again, to dream again, to live again. Your time is not over. It's only just beginning. There are days when rising feels like a war waged from your bed, when the weight of the world presses against your chest before you even open your eyes. You don't know how you'll make it through, but something in you refuses to quit. That's not weakness. That's divine endurance. God places strength in you long before you know you'll need it. You may think no one sees the silent battles you fight, the smiles you force, the nights you cry in secret, but heaven sees. God counts every tear, holds every sigh, and shelters you in every storm. You are not invisible to the one who crafted your soul with fire and tenderness. Every scar on your heart is a line in a song only you can sing. It may tremble with pain, but it carries beauty born from truth. Your story may not be tidy, but it is sacred. It tells of valleys walked with dignity, of mountains climbed with trembling hands, and of grace that held you each step. You don't have to prove your worth to deserve love. You are not a project to be fixed, not a mistake to be corrected. You are a soul in process, unfolding like petals in spring. God delights in your becoming, not just your arrival. You are loved through it all. Let yourself feel it, the hurt, the fear, the longing. These emotions are not signs of failure, but signs that you're alive, human, real. You don't have to numb the pain to move forward. Sometimes healing begins when you finally let yourself feel what you've been avoiding. Even when you feel abandoned, you are being held. Even when doors close, new ones are being prepared beyond your vision. Your journey may not look like anyone else's, but it is yours, and it is divine. Don't lose faith just because you don't see fruit yet. The roots are growing. You are allowed to be both healing and hopeful. You can carry grief in one hand and faith in the other. Life is not always either/or, is both/and. Both broken and beautiful, both lost and led, both in the waiting and on the way. That's where the miracle lives. Let your past be part of you, but not the whole of you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your regrets. You are not the things others did to you. You are becoming something new, something better, something that carries both the ache and the answer. Don't give up when it gets hardest. That's often when breakthrough is just around the bend. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe this pain is permanent, but God is working in places you cannot see. Trust Him. Trust even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. You are not weak because you need help. You are not broken because you lean on others. That is where courage lives, in the reaching out and the asking, in the admitting that you can't do it all alone. God made you for connection, not isolation. Healing often comes through community. There will be voices that tell you you're not enough, that you're falling behind, that you'll never make it. Do not let them build a home in your mind. Silence them with truth. You are not behind. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being refined. You are being shaped by something greater than pain. You are being formed by grace, by intention, by divine love that sees beyond your current mess. The fire you're walking through is not here to destroy you. It's here to purify you. You are gold in the making. Every no you've heard, every unanswered prayer, every door that didn't open, none of them mean God said no to you. Sometimes He says not yet because He is building something better than you could imagine. Trust His hand even when you don't understand His plan. You don't have to carry shame anymore. You don't have to replay the past in your head like a punishment. God does not hold your mistakes against you. He uses them to teach, to grow, to transform. You are forgiven. You are redeemed. You are being made new day by day. Look how far you've come. Look at the nights you thought would consume you. Look at the mornings you rose anyway. You may not be where you want to be, but you are not where you used to be. That too is worth honoring. That too is a sign of progress. Do not fear the unknown. It is not empty. It is full of possibilities yet to be seen. God walks before you, behind you, beside you. He is not distant. He is present. Even in silence, He is near. Even in waiting, He is working. Your future is not forgotten. It is being formed. Hold on to hope, even if it's a thread. Hope is not weak. It is wild and defiant. It dares to bloom in barren places. It rises from ashes. It speaks life where death once whispered. Let it live in you. Let it whisper to your heart when the noise of fear grows loud. You may not feel qualified, but you are called. You may not feel ready, but you are chosen. What you lack in certainty, God makes up for in grace. Walk in the direction of purpose, even if your legs shake. The path will appear beneath your faith, not before it. Every delay has purpose. Every detour has meaning. What looks like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Don't resent the waiting. Embrace it. In it, your soul is being carved to hold blessings bigger than you ask for. The quiet is not empty. It is sacred. You do not have to pretend to be strong all the time. There is strength in softness, in tears, in admitting you're tired. God never asks for perfection. He asks for surrender. Lay down your burdens, even if you have to lay them down again and again. He can carry what you cannot. Joy will return, not the fleeting kind, but the deep-rooted kind that comes from knowing you're loved beyond measure. Peace will find you again, not because life becomes easy, but because you learn to rest in the one who holds it all together. That is the promise of grace. You were created for more than mere existence. You were made to shine, to speak, to love, to lift. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. You were made to bring light to dark places. Don't shrink back. Rise up. The world needs what you carry inside you. The plan hasn't failed just because it doesn't look the way you expected. God is still at work. He is the author, and He writes with wisdom beyond our sight. Trust the plot twists. Trust the character development. Trust that the ending will be worth every chapter. When everything feels like it's falling apart, sometimes it's actually falling into place. Pieces are shifting, aligning, becoming something better than you dreamed. But construction is messy. Trust the process. Don't judge the masterpiece by the dust in the middle of it. Let grace meet you where you are. Not where you wish you were, not where others think you should be, but right here, in the mess, the middle, the muddle. Grace does not demand you climb to reach it. It descends. It embraces. It heals. Let it find you. You will love again. You will laugh again. You will rise from the rubble of this season with fire in your bones, and light in your eyes. What the enemy meant for harm, God will use for good. That's not just a hope, it's a promise. Hold on, help is coming. You are not late to your life. You have not missed your moment. You are being prepared, not punished, equipped, not overlooked. Everything you need is already inside you. Everything you've been through is shaping the vessel for what's next. Trust the timing. This season will not last forever. The night will break into morning. The heaviness will lift. The fog will clear, and you will stand, not in spite of the struggle, but because of it. You will carry wisdom you didn't ask for, and joy that could only be born through sorrow. Do not rush through this pain. Let it teach you. Let it soften the hard places, deepen the shallow ones, and strip away the things that no longer serve you. You are being pruned, not punished. What feels like loss may actually be the making of something sacred. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet obedience. Sometimes it is tears on the pillow and still getting up the next day. Sometimes it's saying, God, I don't understand, but I trust you anyway. That is enough. That is holy. That is worship. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive, too broken, too complicated. You are exactly as you were designed to be, full of fire, depth, emotion, and light. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. God gave you this soul for a reason. Let it breathe. Rest in this truth. You are not carrying this alone. Every step you take, He walks beside you. Every burden you feel, He shoulders too. He does not grow weary. He does not grow distant. He stays. Even when everyone else walks away, He stays. That is love you can trust. You are not disqualified by your doubts. You are not dismissed because of your questions. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. It is choosing to believe in the presence of it. God is big enough to hold your questions and still call you worthy, still call you His. The plan is unfolding, not quickly but perfectly, not predictably but powerfully. Even when you can't see the blueprint, the builder is working. Your life is not on pause, it is in progress. The miracle is not coming, it has already begun. One day, this pain will become a distant echo, no longer sharp, no longer fresh. It will become the soil from which compassion grows, the well from which wisdom flows. You will not forget it, but you will no longer be held hostage by it. Instead, you will carry it like a lantern, lighting the way for others. You don't have to feel strong to be strong. Strength often looks like getting up with shaky legs and saying, I will try again today. It's not the roar that proves your power, it's the quiet persistence. And even when your voice shakes, it still counts as courage. You were not created to just survive. You were created to flourish, to build, to stretch your arms toward heaven and say, even now I will believe. The ashes of this season will one day become the foundation of a greater glory. Something beautiful is being born in the dark. The detours you've taken haven't disqualified you. They've deepened you. They've carved into your soul the kind of depth that cannot be taught, only lived. You are not the same person who once stumbled. You are wiser, stronger, more attuned to the sacred whispers of life. The things that broke you tried to bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. Buried, yes, but not dead. Covered, yes, but not forgotten. There is life in you yet. Life that is waiting to rise, to break through, to blossom into something breathtaking. It's okay to miss who you used to be and still be proud of who you're becoming. Growth is not always graceful. It's often messy, uncomfortable, even painful, but necessary. And every version of you along the way is part of the masterpiece. None of them were a mistake. The ache you carry is not weakness. It is proof that you have loved, that you have tried, that you have lived deeply. There is honor in feeling deeply, even when it hurts. God does not overlook your heartache. He meets you in it. He dwells in your broken places too. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not the trauma. You are not the abandonment. You are not the silence you endured. You are the strength that survived. You are the tenderness that still hopes. You are the miracle that kept breathing. Do not let bitterness build walls around your heart. You were made to feel, to trust, to love with open hands. Pain wants to turn you cold, but you can choose warmth. You can choose softness, even after the world gave you reasons to harden. That is your power. When the weight feels unbearable, remember you are not carrying it alone. God walks with you through the valley, not just waits for you on the other side. His love does not demand that you be okay. It simply promises that you are never alone in the not okay. You may feel like a mess, but you are a masterpiece in progress. You may feel unfinished, but God is still painting. The strokes may seem chaotic now, but one day you'll step back and see the beauty of it all. What you see as broken, he sees as becoming. Nothing you've walked through will be wasted, not the pain, not the heartbreak, not the questions. All of it is being gathered by the hands of a loving God who redeems what feels ruined. He does not discard the shattered, he rebuilds them into stained glass stories. Let yourself bloom at your own pace. Do not rush what takes time, do not force what needs space. Healing, growth, love. These things are not rushed. God works in seasons, and your season will come. Trust that your spring is just beyond the frost. When others walk away, when the world feels distant, know that God leans in closer. His love is not fickle. It does not leave when you struggle. It does not grow cold when you doubt. His love is constant, unwavering, the only anchor in a shifting world. You don't have to understand the whole journey to take the next step. You don't need a 5-year plan to walk in purpose. All you need is faith the size of a mustard seed and a heart willing to follow. The road will unfold as you walk. You are not too late, not too old, not too far gone. Your best days are not behind you. They are still ahead, waiting with open hands. Don't count yourself out when God has counted you in. As long as there is breath in your lungs, there is purpose in your life. Let go of who you thought you had to be and make space for who you're becoming. You do not need to wear old identities that no longer fit. Shed the pressure. Release the lies. Step into the freedom of being exactly who you are, flawed, free, and loved. You are allowed to rest, to pause, to not have all the answers. You are allowed to be a work in progress. God is not ashamed of your process. He is proud of your journey. He sees every step, and He's in it with you. There is no shame in becoming. Believe this. Something good is coming, not because of wishful thinking, but because goodness is woven into the nature of God Himself. He is not done writing your story. And if the chapter is dark, then the story isn't over. The light is coming. It always does. You are not the only one who's felt lost in the middle. So many walk through hidden valleys, carrying silent struggles. But your valley is not your grave. It is a passage. And on the other side there is green pasture, still waters, and a table set just for you. There is music in your soul that the world needs to hear. A rhythm in your spirit that speaks of resilience, of beauty born from pain. Don't silence it. Don't bury it. Let your life sing, even off key, even when your voice trembles. The song still matters. The promise still stands, even if you feel far from it, even if you doubt it. God does not forget His word. He watches over it, guards it, nurtures it. What He spoke over you still lives. It waits patiently for its moment, and that moment is coming. You are allowed to rewrite your life, to pivot, to start over. You are not locked into who you once were. Growth means shedding, evolving, becoming. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to disappoint those who preferred the smaller version of you. You don't have to fear what's next. God is already there. He goes before you, preparing, protecting, making a way. You do not walk into the future alone. You walk with divine company. And because of that, your next chapter is not something to dread. It is something to welcome. You may not feel brave, but you are braver than most will ever know. The way you keep showing up, keep choosing to hope, even with weary eyes and trembling hands. That is rare. That is holy. And that is how legacies are quietly built in the shadows. Don't rush the healing. Let it take its time, its shape, its rhythm. Wounds don't vanish. They evolve. They transform into wisdom. You're not meant to forget everything. Some scars are reminders of what you overcame and what you've become in the rising. Sometimes peace comes not in the form of answers, but in surrender. When you stop wrestling for control and allow grace to cradle your uncertainty, something shifts. A softness returns to your heart. You begin to breathe again without fear of what's next. There is something beautiful about the way you haven't quit, the way you've kept your heart tender even after being mishandled. That kind of courage is uncommon. That kind of endurance is proof that light still lives in you, no matter how dark it gets. You've been pressed but not crushed, pushed but not broken. Life has tested you in ways many wouldn't understand, but here you are, still standing, still giving, still hoping. That is not weakness. That is divine resilience in its rawest, truest form. It's okay to feel tired. Rest doesn't mean failure. Even the strongest trees pause between seasons. Even the ocean has moments of stillness. Your soul, too, needs space to breathe, to realign, to remember who it is beneath the noise of survival. You do not need to pretend to be okay when you're not. God is not intimidated by your pain. He's not impressed by your perfection. He longs for your honesty, your rawness, your truth. Come as you are. That has always been enough for him. You have not missed your moment. Delay does not mean denial. Detours are not dead ends. The timing of your life is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it looks different than what you imagine. What is meant for you cannot be lost. Let yourself be human. Let yourself grieve, dance, laugh, ache, heal, all in the same breath. You don't need to perform strength. True strength holds space for vulnerability. You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress at once. The depth of your valley is a sign of the height of your calling. Deep roots grow in hidden places, in silence, in stillness. What you've endured has given you foundation, and soon what was growing underground will rise into the light and bear fruit. You were not overlooked when life handed out joy. Yours is still coming, in your own time, in your own way. Joy that lasts, joy that is rooted, joy that doesn't require pretending. It will find you when you least expect it, and it will feel like home. Some of the most beautiful chapters begin with a tear-stained page. Do not despise the sorrow. It waters the soil of your becoming. What grows from brokenness is often more radiant than anything born from ease. Let the rain come. It prepares the bloom. Your pain has not disqualified you, it has equipped you. Compassion, empathy, perspective, these are gifts born from hardship. You are not less because you've struggled, you are more because you kept walking even when it felt like crawling. Even now, something holy is being born in you, a deeper trust, a refined fire, a gentler strength. You may not see it yet, but others will. They will see the light you carry and not even realize it was shaped in the darkest of places.